Hey guys, Comet21 here. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. Today I'm going to be coming at you guys with a video going over my whole entire collection of Gemini jets. I have about 20 planes, ranging from Boeing's smallest plane is a Q200 all the way up to my A380 Qantas. So I'll do 3 sections. So my Airbuses, my more regional jets, so like my Embraer, Q200 and Q400. I only have 3 of those planes, which you can see in the front row. And then finally, I'm going to do the Boeings. And in each one of those, I'm going to basically do which one I think is best made, like best put together, and then my favorite plane. So those will all be my 3 sections. You guys can go down in the description below if you want to skip to a certain part. And also, if you guys want to see any type of like plane that I went over today, if you want me to review it, just comment down below and I will try to get that video out. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, so our first category is going to be the Airbuses. So I have 8 Airbus models. All are made of Gemini jets. All made by Gemini jets. They're mainly in the 320 family. I actually never really realized how I only have 2 Airbuses that aren't in the 320 family, because all of 6 of these are in the 320 family, and then this Malaysia Airlines is the A350-900, and then of course this is an A380. So first we're going to start off with, we're going to go through the whole entire planes, and I'll just tell you a little bit about them. So right here we have the JetBlue. That is the high-res edition. I got it off of Panda Fox, which I'll put all the links of the shops that I got these planes from in the description. Next up we have the Frontier A320neo and Bronco the Horse edition. His tail number is November 307 F Foxtrot Romeo. And the JetBlue is November 537 Juliet Tango. So this is the A320neo, like I said earlier. Next up we have the A320. This is not a neo. Is it Griswold the Bear, I think? And that is N227 Foxtrot Romeo. And these are all, these 5 are American planes. This is Mexican, Australian, and Malaysian. So, next up is Hawaiian Airlines, A321, Palm Edition. I think this is still available. The call sign of that is November 202 Hotel Alpha. That is also neo, I believe. Next up is the United. This is the older edition, Friendship edition. The tail number is November 475 Uniform Alpha, I think. I can't remember anything right now. Next up we have the Volaris A320 Neo, with the Mexican flag on the back. It also has its tail number right here on its wings. The American planes don't have that, but the Mexican one, the Volaris does. So that's called, tail number is November 528 Victor Lima. Moving on, we have the Malaysia Airlines A350-900. Not sure where I got this one. That's the Malaysia, and I believe the Qantas have different tail numbers. They don't have any numbers in them, so I can't read that. I think it's M/MAC, and you can figure it. And then you can, I forgot the words that go along with those numbers. I don't feel like pronouncing it right now. Next up, we have the Qantas A380, the biggest member of my Gemini Jets collection in wingspan. I do have a bigger plane, United 777, which is longer than the Qantas, but this has the widest wingspan. It has 4 kind of inches does that thing have? Let me see. It has four Rolls-Royce engines. I cannot speak today. So yeah, that is my whole entire Airbus Gemini Jets fleet, and now we'll go into my what I think the best made is and what my favorite is. Okay, so first I'm going to be grading them on what is my best assembled and sturdy Airbuses. So coming in first place, we are going to have the Volaris A320 Neo. This plane, I've had it for quite some time now. I think it was my first plane I got, and it stayed together really well. I've actually dropped it a couple times and nothing fell apart or came loose. All the wheels spin very nicely. The antennas are all still on there stable. The engines aren't crooked. The wings are still on there, and the vertical stabilizer and the tail are sturdy. Next up, we have the Frontier A320 with Griswold the bear on the back. This one I actually got a couple months ago, so just looking at this plane, the engines are on there straight, and the landing gears, they all spin, and then the what are called horizontal stabilizers are on there very nicely, and yeah. And then coming in third place, can you guys still see those planes? Yeah, okay. Coming in third place, we have the JetBlue A320. This is basically the same thing as the Frontier A320, just a different paint job. Like I said, the wheels all spin. The antennas are on. Everything's pretty sturdy on it. And like I said, I know I've said like I said a lot. These can vary. I mean, one could be really sturdy and one could just be falling apart. So next, like category for best made is going to be most design. Alright, so these two planes are going to be my top 2 favorite planes. I'll tell you which one is first and which one I think is second. So, both of them are very cool looking planes. I love them. As you can see, the Volaris is still up here. I love the plane. Again, I've had it for 2 years now, and it's stayed together very well, and I just like the plane. So in first place, I'm going to have my Qantas A380. So this plane I think is very cool. I like A380s. The plane itself, I believe it's $50, around that. I got it off of, I think I got it off of Panda Fox Toys. I got a lot of my models off of them. And I also got some of my models out of diecastjets.com. I like buying from them. Very nice websites. So let's stop talking about the websites and talk about the planes. So I like this plane. It's very nice. I like the engines. Although it doesn't have the best, it's not the best made, I think it's just a really cool looking plane, and I really like it. Alright, in second place, we have the Volaris A320. It's a really cool looking plane. Don't get me wrong, all my other models are really cool. I love them, but this one is just gonna have to beat them all because I just like how nicely made it is and how much attention they paid to detail on making this plane. And I think it's just a very nice plane. So that is going to wrap it up for our Airbus section. Next up, we are going to have our regional jet section. So I only have 3 of them. So we'll only do first place and nothing else. Yeah. All right, so here's all my regional jets. As you can see, I only have 3. Not a lot. I've been focusing on more getting larger jets, and I'll probably start collecting more of these smaller jets because I actually like these. So in this section we have the Embraer and the Bombardier. I can't pronounce that right. I never have been able to, and probably never will. So I'll give you a quick overview of the planes. Right here we have the Bombardier -8 200. I don't believe United flies these anymore. And I found that out when I bought it. I'm like, I wonder where it is. So I checked the flight aware. I'm like, wait a second, it's been in the desert for 5 years. And so United doesn't fly them anymore, but it's a cool little plane. It's definitely quite small. It doesn't hold a lot of people. Next up we have the Alaska Q400. Alaska still does fly these. Yeah, that's pretty much all about that plane. The background information. And finally we have the Embraer ERJ 175. American Envoy flies these for American. It's a cool little jet. Very nice. So let's move on to best made and my favorite. So for best made, I'm gonna probably have to go with the Alaska Q400. I think it's a very well-made plane. Both of its propellers spin, which is really cool in stop motions, and it's just fun to spin them. The Dash Q200 propellers also do spin, but I just think this one has a lot more design on it. It has these down here, and then on the belly of the plane, it doesn't have a ton of design, but neither did the 2 others. I believe the American one does, but the Q200, there's just not much you can put on it. And the landing gears all roll very nicely. The landing gears also look really nice. And for the side of the plane, I just think it's very well made. And it just beat the Embraer ERJ 175. But yeah, so that's going to be for best made. Alright, so for best, my favorite, I don't know which one's going to be my favorite. So I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. Comment below what your favorite one is out of these 3. So this one is the United Dash Q200, Alaska Q400, and the ERJ 175 American, or American ERJ 175. So yeah, comment down below what your favorite out of these 3 are. Or comment any of your favorite planes if you like one of those the Airbuses. Last but not least, we have the Boeings. So I have 9 of these aircraft, ranging from the 737s all the way up to the 747s. So let's give an overview of all our planes. So we have the Southwest 737 MAX 8. I don't think these are flying. I hope they start flying again, because I bought 2 of these, and yeah. Next, we have an Air Canada 737 MAX 8. Yeah, oh, sorry, I forgot to read the tail numbers. On the Southwest, November 8706 Whiskey, Air Canada, Charlie Foxtrot Tango Juliet V. Oh, it's V. I forgot V. And then now we have the United 737 800. That's 800, right? Yeah, 800. Its tail number is November 37267, I believe, if my eyes are telling the truth. And then right here we have the American One World livery. Tail number November 343 Alpha N. I forgot what N is. I forgot a lot of those actually. The Delta, we have a tail number is November 3443 Delta Alpha. That's 757, by the way. Wait, 767. Both these are 767s. This is a 757. The Iceland Air 757, and that is Tango Foxtrot. Foxtrot Romeo is its tail number. Back here we have the United 777-300 ER with a tail number of November 548031. Yeah. All right. Back in the way back here we have the Air France 787-9, and that is Foxtrot Hotel Bravo Bravo, I believe. And then over here, our last plane, the UPS 747 Worldwide Services, and that would be November 57 Uniform Papa. All right, so that is all our Boeing planes. All right, so for best made, I realized a lot of the planes, they don't have many markings on the belly of the plane, and that's usually where I see how well made the plane is, just because usually they have all the markings on top, but on the bottom sometimes they'll just skip them and paint it silver or white. So and yeah, so we also check the wheels can spin and how everything is put on there. So our three contestants are the American Oneworld, 757 Iceland Air, and the United, which is right here, United 737-8. Try not to cover the plane up. So those are the top three best made. So in first place, we're going to have the American Oneworld 767. So this is like the only plane that had markings on the bottom of the plane, and even the other ones didn't have a ton of markings. And this one didn't even have a ton of markings in it. So, yeah. So these all have the little hubcap here, whatever you want to call it. Some of the other planes don't. The Air France and the Air Canada had them, and Southwest and United also had them. So most of them had them, but the Delta and the UPS, which I don't think it would have one, are missing that. So, yep, in first place we have the American Oneworld. In second place we have the Iceland Air 757. And this one I chose because the design on the plane is just very nice. You have a kind of picture of Iceland, and this is the 80 years of aviation, 1937 through 2017. Yeah, and then in last place we have the third place. We have the United 737-800. This is a very nicely made plane. Everything's on there. I got this one for Christmas. The bottom has some design on it, and the wings also have some design. And everything is assembled very well, and nothing is loose or wobbly. All right, now we're going to move on to what my favorite model is. All right, so my top three favorite planes. Here's all the contestants. We have the Air France 787-9, United 737-8, and the 757-200. I'll try to, there you go, get it focused. I like all these planes. I like how they look. They're very nicely built. And yeah, so in first place, we are going to have the Iceland Air 757-200. I just love this plane. I think it's very nicely put together. I like how there's a picture of the Iceland Alps on the side. It looks really cool, and I love the 757. So yeah, it's a very nicely well put together plane, and I highly recommend it. All right, coming in second place, we have the United 737-800. This plane is also very nicely put together. I like the tail. I love the new United livery. I think it's very cool. And again, this plane is also very nicely put together. And you realize the best made are also my favorite, because the best made also have the best design, and the best put together, which usually lands in my top list. So the Air France, although it doesn't have a best design, I think it's a very cool plane. The 787. I like 787s. I think they're very cool. I like their wings and everything and their engines. So that's why I chose it. It's just, although it's not well put together, it's well put together, but although it doesn't have very good design, I like it.